You hear that? All right, we hot then. We good. We good. Yeah. Yeah.
Smash the
It's so
like
high.
button. Okay?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the What's Your Opinions podcast. Alex isn't here due to California just being ghetto for some reason. Super windy over here in the Bay Area, dude. Like my sister's lights went out and all that stuff. Alex's house has been like lightless for like almost 2 days and he's panicking. And I'm like, that's what you get for living in the white neighborhood. And you know, and hey, we shit on each other all the time. But ladies and gentlemen, is another episode of the What's Your Opinions podcast. It is your luxurious host with the porn stash amongst all. It is Eli, and I am joined here not only by a special guest. I've known this dude for a very, very, very long time now. If you guys don't know, we cuddle butt naked watching old MTV videos.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, come on, dude, don't lie. I got the videos. I can expose you right now. But this is welcome to my homie Retro Dummy, aka Big Poppy Master 6000, aka the Tongue Butt Invader, aka the Smile that makes women
The
wet.
smile.
What's going on, homie? What's good? Why don't you introduce yourself?
Good,
Let everybody
bro.
know who is you.
Yeah, so what's good, everybody? My name is Retro, aka Mikey. Oh, should have said that the other way, actually. My name is Mikey, aka Retro.
If you
But
look,
yeah, I'm
if you look-
chilling, bro. How
If you
you
look at his
doing?
birth certificate, it really says Retro, aka Mikey.
Imagine, that'd be kind of sick, huh?
I wish I had like you know what I think, like, you know, for the longest time, like from like my dad's like really hood. I thought like all his friends like hood names were like their actual names.
Yeah.
So like his homie like Lil Ray, I thought like Lil was in his birth certificate.
You're stupid.
And it's not embarrassing, like it's more embarrassing when I was like, you know how old I was when I found that out? I wasn't 6, wasn't like 8.
Probably like last year.
I was like 13 years old.
So like last year.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I know. It's funny because well, I didn't think that exact same thing, but it's just like growing up with like hood dads, because like my dad, his nickname was P Love. So I mean,
Wait, what was his name?
P Love.
P Love?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So his actual name is Jose,
Yeah.
but I think, you know, us Mexicans, we have like 5 different fucking nicknames for like every single name. So like
Yeah, my grandmother
lot of
be giving
times
me
it was
a bunch
like
of those too.
Pepe. I think they used to call him Pepe.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it's like P Love.
Uh-huh.
And apparently he used to get a bunch of females back in the day when he was younger. So I mean,
I didn't believe
I guess
my
just
pops.
2 and 2.
I didn't believe my pops. My dad's like, I used to be slinging it back then. I'm like, dude, shut up. I'm like, look at you. And I saw like a picture of him like 100 pounds lighter. I was like, you know,
No, real talk.
I'm like, you might be onto something, old man. You might be onto something.
Yeah,
And then,
for real. That's the same thing with my dad when he was like his young self, especially back then, because him and his brother used to own a pizza shop.
Okay.
So I mean, like, there's always females coming through ordering pizza, and he used to deliver them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because my other uncle was like, asked your dad why they call him Pilo. He'd be like, mm-hmm. He's like, it's not just pizzas he was delivering, and I'm like, right. I'm like, no, I don't want to know about any of that. I'm good.
Usually when my dad's drunk, he gives me like that story. He's like, he'd be like, hey, come here. This is like maybe a couple years ago, last time I said, you know what? We're good with these conversations. But I remember because like him and my biological mom, they're not together no more. He's like, you know how you know how you were born, right? I was like, I don't really want to know. Like, whatever. He's like, all right, I'm gonna tell you this real quick. I'm like, I don't need details of how you banged my biological mother, okay? I don't. He's like, no. You know what's crazy though? I'm like, what, Dad? What's crazy? So I was in Arizona, right? And I was like, he was training to be like, he was an engineer or something like that. He was trained to be like a mechanic or something out there, like for school. He's like, so
shit.
He's like, so your mom, she called me. She's like, oh my God, I miss you, all that. He's like, oh my God, if you were here right now, like, was cool. So my biological mom drove all the way down to fucking Arizona to get piped. 9 months later, I was born.
Damn, that's fucking hilarious. She's like, you better not be capping. One of those memes you see nowadays.
Yeah.
Hey, your dad's probably sitting there like, damn, when you're all talking the text and then you actually got to show out.
Yeah, this pretty was like, damn, well, I guess I got to do it now. I was like, there's a pattern here. No wonder my other siblings were born.
I'm dead.
Nah,
He
because
couldn't
like
hold it together, man.
he
It's
can't hold it
it's just the
together, dude.
pullout game. The pullout game wasn't there.
Technically, my brother was an accident baby.
I'm fucking dead.
He was just like, oh yeah, we didn't plan for this kid. I'm like, and Mia, yeah, she was planned. Can't let this kid live alone. He's like, he's little and you guys are already teenagers. Like, that's some Mexican shit though. You have like, dude, legitimately like 4 years. We had all be like 18 or whatever. He decides, you know what, we're gonna have another kid, and then you know what, we're gonna have one right after. I was like, you guys were sewed up. All three of us would have been out the
Just
game.
wait. So what's the age difference between you and your siblings?
Okay, so me and my older sister, I have 2 older sisters. This is how hood this is how like ghetto my father was. My dad had 2 baby mamas at the same time. So me and my oldest sister, we share the same mom. She's 20, she'll be 27 in the next coming weeks. And then my older sister and me were born the same year. She's
So you guys are well, hold up. So you and your other sister were born the same year?
Yeah, different baby mom. My dad had 2 baby moms. That was big pimping back then.
In total, is it just your mom and then someone else, or is it 3?
So
3 different.
So my dad got my biological mom pregnant with me and my oldest sister, and then my half sister got another chick pregnant, and then my mom that's raised me pretty much my entire life got her pregnant, along with, and then bringing her like kid along. So I have a big family. Like I have my 2 older sisters, I have my younger sister, I have another younger sister that I don't see a lot anymore because she lives with my biological mom, and then I have 2 other siblings. So that's like 7 altogether of siblings that I have.
How does that make you feel though? Like growing up, like was that kind of weird to you, just like going through that experience, or are you kind of just like, I have brothers and sisters?
I flew way under the radar. So because before it was just me and my older sister. It was just us at my grandma and my grandpa's. We would just hang out there all the time. And then my mom came into place, and there's just like this little midget that's my little sister. I was like, you know, she's gonna be with you guys. I'm like, all right, cool, I guess. She used to punk me all the time. And then
I'm dead.
I'd always see like my other older sister, Marissa, and you know, we would hang out until, you know, certain times she just didn't want to be a part of the family no more. So she ended up living with her mom. And then for like the longest time though, like my mom that has raised me, I kept saying like, I want a little brother. And I was like 5, 6. I stopped asking at around the 10, like at the 10-year range. I'm like, I ain't getting this.
Right.
And then like 4 years later, I'm 14 and like, we got an announcement for you guys. We're going to have a baby. I was like, where was this when I was 8? I can't do anything with this guy. Like, I can't wrestle him. I can't put him in like the camel clutch or the headlock or anything like that.
And like, let's be honest. You could still wrestle him.
Oh, I do, dude. To be honest,
toughen him up.
Oh yeah, a little bit. I do it sometimes. But to be honest with you,
smack him a little bit.
This kid is strong. He's just had his birthday. Happy birthday to my little brother Miguel. He's 11 now.
Happy birthday,
dude. For him being 11, that kid has like just strength like no other. Like that kid is gonna be an NFL kicker. If you see this kid's calves,
Jesus Christ,
it is ridiculous what this kid has.
Bro, they're probably bigger than mine, dude. I have no calves. That shit's crazy.
I have huge calves because of my dad. My dad has monster calves ever since he like started working at UPS and stuff. But you know, like, do you have a bunch of siblings, or are you like an only child?
No, so I have 2. I have an older sister and then I have a little sister.
Oh, okay.
So my older sister, it's a really weird fucking story. I mean, to save all the details though, because it gets fucking complicated. So before my dad was like officially with my mom, they were like best friends, and he was actually dating my aunt.
Wait.
And so there was a point in time, whatever, where she got pregnant, and everyone in the family thought her daughter, which I call my sister, was his. And they never really did anything to kind of prove that. Well, supposedly she said they got the DNA test and that it was false or whatever, but she never like showed the actual proof.
Yeah.
But anyway, so she's out. She's gonna be 29, so she's 3 years older than me.
Okay.
She's gonna be 29 this year. I'm gonna be 26.
Oh, you're
yeah. Long story short,
I
like
keep forgetting. I always forget. Like I always think like since like knowing you for years now, I always felt like you were like Giovanni's age.
That's fucking disrespectful. No, I'm just kidding. Gio's still young, bro.
No,
Gio's
Gio's
still
old.
young.
Gio's old as fuck, bro.
Didn't he just turn 30?
Yeah, old as fuck.
Bro, fuck you, bro. That's only 4 years older. I'm not.
Just being
I'm not that old, bro. 30 is still young.
It really
feel
is
like-
young.
I feel like a lot of people take.
I give Darian such a hard time because me and Darian are just like secret lovers. We text like every day. I'm like, Darian, dude.
Bro,
like,
I never realized how old Darren was until
know.
you said it that one time. I think we were all on the chat, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm this age." Well, how old was he? How old is he?
he just turned 30. Yeah, he just turned 32. Not 32,
Bro, I
but
thought he
he's
was
30.
hella young.
Nah, he looked his age.
Nah, he does. Well, I always see him with. He's always wearing something on. I mean, I don't know. He looks young to me, so like I can't really.
I always fuck with
say.
Darian. We always text each other. I'm like, yo, bro, like you just. He's like, oh, what are you gonna do today? He's like, oh, I'm just gonna, take a walk with my dog. I'm like, you're so fucking old, bro. He's like, damn,
Bro.
walks already? And he's like, don't disrespect my dog, bro. I'm like, I know. I love
You
your
gotta
dog.
take your dog out, dude. I do that too.
I don't even
And
have
I
a
ain't
dog.
even that old.
I don't have a
I have
dog.
2 dogs. I have a pug and a. Oh wait, but okay. So back to that. So yeah, real quick before we go on something else, she's gonna be 29. I'm gonna be 26, and then I have my younger sister who was actually she wasn't an accident, but she was more of a miracle baby
Uh-huh.
because after me, my mom was struggling to get pregnant again.
Mm-hmm.
Believe it or not, she went through like 9 miscarriages.
Oh man, that sucks.
Yeah, she went through 9 miscarriages with my dad, and I think there was a time it was one of those like she missed her period. By this point, she's already on the older side, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
That's already a health risk.
I don't know. She suffers from like high blood pressure type of thing, and she gets really bad vertigo. So what happened was, I think she had gone to the hospital because she was going through, those vertigo like symptoms.
Uh-huh.
And the doctor that did the blood work, and the doctor comes back in the room, and they go, "You need to stop drinking. If you smoke, you need to stop smoking." And my mom was like, why? And they were like, "You're pregnant." And so that's how my little sister came out.
Okay.
15 years apart, bro.
Oh, really?
It's crazy, huh?
So like I'm about the same with the youngest, the baby of the family. We're about 15 years
Yeah.
apart. Cause she will be 10. She'll be 10 this year. I'll be 25 at the end of the year.
Yeah, she'll be turning. Fuck, I think she'll be 12 this year. Holy shit.
If it's like that makes me feel old. I'll be like, dude, I just seen you as like
It's just
your
the
age
age
like,
gap
old,
is
babe.
just so crazy, bro.
People
Because like you
don't
think about
believe-
it and you're like, God damn.
when I go pick them up, they think I'm their dad. Oh, hi,
Oh, bro,
Mr.
I've had that
Montes.
so many times.
Are you their
So many
father? I'm like, no. I am their brother.
But it's cool though. It's great because then you go there and then it's like the amount of like other moms that just look at you.
Oh yeah, dude. I took when
It
Miguel.
makes you feel great.
Bro, when Miguel was a little baby, I ain't gonna lie. This kid was like 6 months old. I take his ass to the park for 2 hours.
Bro, I used to be at the mall. just pushing my little sister. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
dude, being a single dad is
Dude,
great. And
you know
like
how many-
the amount of looks that I would get, like, holy shit.
Dude, same,
Everybody,
bro.
like I'd get those looks like, damn, like this kid's crazy, or like, damn, like, bro, because at the time I was like 14, 15 years old pushing her around. Like,
Yeah.
so like, you know what I mean?
Dude, same here.
So
Literally,
everyone's
like,
just tripping out.
I just be like that, like, hey, let's just go. We'll like sit at the park and like, oh, like put in the grass. I'll put a blanket out and stuff. We're just hanging out and reading like my manga or comic books or whatever. He's like, oh my God, he's so cute. I'm like, thank you. How old are you? I'm like, 14. You're so brave. I was like, okay.
No shot. I'm dead.
Nah, but
No
no,
fucking
dude, when he was a little bit older, so like when he was like 4, I took him more to the park because he needed to get like his energy out or whatever. Yeah, I got some numbers. I'm like, we
I never got
should
numbers.
totally have a play date. I'm like, here's my phone, girl. Nothing came to any of those numbers though.
way.
I was like, damn, bro. I looked at her. I was like, I can see why you're a single parent. I could be the father that steps up. I don't have to be a stepfather. I'll be the father that steps up. Unless you have like a crazy baby daddy, then that's like that's not in the picture.
But that's the thing nowadays, dude. Everyone has crazy baby daddies now.
right?
Like it's not even like
you're cool.
like
and all
it's
that,
kind
but
of
I'm like,
expected.
yeah, a little bit. It's like, I loved you.
No,
I'm
it's
like, not really.
Yeah, it's kind of expected, when you like single mom, single dad, there's always that crazy baby mama,
Yeah.
crazy baby daddy,
Slashing their tires. I fucking
likes
love
to take
you.
control. Yeah, comes around trying to fight you because you bought their kid McDonald's. Like, bro, relax.
I'm like, dude, I got myself a kid's meal. I'm not fighting you, dog.
Like, bro, I'm 26. I'm 26, but I'm 8 years old at heart.
Exactly. I'm like, dude, the Travis Scott meal just came out, bro. Let me live my life and this cool little
Let
dude.
me. I'm trying to collect them all, bro. Relax.
Dude, I'm like Thanos, bro. Let me collect all these fucking toys before all these fucking resellers sell this shit for crazy.
Bro, Travis Scott is hype. I don't like Travis Scott.
I never liked his music. I think Rodeo was like his
Neither
only
did
album
I.
that I like. I only like two songs. I think the one with Schoolboy Q, Okay, All Right, that's a banger. And then that's about it. Like, I really don't like anything else from him.
See, I don't fuck with his songs, but I fuck with the shoes.
I fuck with his. I'll say this: he may not have good songs, but that dude can fucking perform. Have you ever seen him live?
No, I've never seen him live.
Dude puts on a show. I'll give him
Is
that.
it lit?
Dude, he's fucking getting the crowd going. He's fucking has like everything. It's crazy. He was on a fucking
That's
like
probably-
big ass like eagle coming down, and he was just like performing and then everyone just was losing their minds. I'm like, see, I wouldn't mind going to a Travis Scott concert to have a good time though. I'm not going to Astro
I
World,
guess. I don't think. See, but that's the thing is like I don't think I would ever like in my right mind just be like spend the money to buy a ticket to go just to get lit. You know what I mean? Just 'cause- you know, it's crazy. I feel that way about Drake too. I don't really like Drake like that either.
I like a few. I like older Drake. I like anything.
I feel like a lot of
anything
people
past
that are
2012, I
gonna
like
listen
'em.
to this. A lot of people that are gonna listen to this are gonna be like, "Damn, this guy is fucking crazy."
Yeah,
But I was just like, I don't know. I just see that I agree with that too. Though older Drake was a lot better than new Drake.
the older Drake that I can beat the shit out of, I like him more than I like beefy Drake. Because if you look at Drake back then, he was a twig. He looked like a character from The Simpsons. If I'm gonna be honest with you.
Bro, honestly, like even now, I don't think I'd be intimidated by Drake in person
Nah, he acts like a 13-year-old girl.
because, like,
Drake texts,
yeah,
like
he
Drake texts
he
like
probably
with his
got
legs all up.
in better shape. Yeah. I mean, he got in better shape for sure,
yeah,
but
for
it's
sure.
like
Do you know how to fight though?
that. Yeah, it's like, you know, like he looks like a type of person that's like, hey man, like, hey, get my bodyguards, bro.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
Yeah, that's pretty much. That does sound like Drake.
I will say this though, I did like the music video he did for what is it, God's Plan?
That's a cool one. I like God's Plan.
I enjoyed the music video.
My pops is a whole Drake meat writer though.
Really?
Oh, dude, that dude, all he talks about, oh my God, you listen to that new Drake? I'm like, dude, who are you?
Yeah, you said your dad is? Your dad does that?
My dad's dude, like, out of my whole family, like, my dad is probably like the biggest Drake meat writer. He's like, dude, look at this song right here. I'm like, Dad, that is Drake, and I don't want to feel like listening to Drake. You just hate because he's too good. I'm like, all right, Dad. Put my headphones
No, he's
on.
not, dude. He's
No, dude,
not too good. Oh my God.
I'm like, okay, no, but my dad's like, if he could be, my dad has some good points with Drake too. He's like, he stayed relevant for this long. Something has to be good about him. I was like, yeah, he has a lot of good like singles, but like I won't listen to like a Drake album. Like to me, nothing will ever surpass So Far Gone or Thank Me Later. That album with like what's that song on one of my favorite songs? Best I Ever Had. It's like one of my favorite songs ever from Drake.
Best I ever had. That's a good one.
Best I Ever Had is just like, okay, cool. I'm like, shout out to Kanye for directing that music video.
Kanye did it?
Yeah, Kanye directed that whole music video.
Jesus Christ. I mean,
Do
I feel bad for Kanye right now.
I do and I don't at the same time, but then again, that's what you get for marrying a Kardashian.
That is true, but you also got to think about. See, growing up, I think I was really big on quote unquote conspiracy theories.
I'm still into that. What's your favorite?
So it's like my favorite.
Yeah, what's your favorite conspiracy theories?
I think my favorite one that I really look into, or at least I try to look into, is the Hollow Earth.
The Hollow
theory.
Earth? I never heard of that one.
So it's basically there's the theory that you know how they say the Earth's core is very, very hot.
Yeah.
So the theory is they're trying to say it's very hot because in the middle of the Earth it's like another Earth, right? It's like a whole nother world with like a bunch of different different like creatures, different like civilization, whatever.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
they're trying to say the reason it's so hot is because there's that whole that whole inner part. There's another sun,
Oh,
which is why they're saying it gets really hot, right?
okay,
So I
okay.
mean, like it's crazy when you think about it. And then like I start looking into it, and like you have like I think one of the I don't know if it's exactly ties into that theory, but I forget the guy's name. There is a pilot from way back in the day who was trying to fly around the world, or I don't know what his goal was. He wrote down in a journal how when you reached Antarctica, there was a part of Antarctica that had an opening, kind of like an entranceway that goes into the earth.
Mm-hmm.
That was just full of green and like trees and like forest like stuff, right?
Uh-huh.
Which is crazy to think about because I mean Antarctica is all cold, right? Everything's frozen. There's
Yeah.
like nothing but snow, ice. And so I think the story behind that one too was that after he came back and was trying to tell everybody this, he went missing.
Ah, okay, okay.
Nobody ever heard of him, but they found his diary where he wrote, what he saw.
Okay.
And that's, I think, so that's why that kind of ties into like that hollow earth theory where like, okay, there's something within the earth. So I think that's kind of my favorite just because you can kind of have fun with it a little bit. Cause like,
Yeah.
I mean, like at the end of the day, it's like on some like journey to the center of the earth shit.
I never
love that
watched that
movie.
movie. I never watched that movie.
I thought it was a pretty good movie.
Okay. My favorite.
I liked it.
My favorite theory. I always think of it as just like super funny. Was that people have like a bunch of like 9/11 theories.
Yeah.
So my favorite 9/11 theory is 9/11 covered up the McDonald's, the biggest McDonald's case ever.
What?
So do you remember back in the day?
I never heard. Okay. I never heard this one.
Oh, dude, did you ever hear the? Do you remember back in the day when McDonald's used to do Monopoly?
Yeah.
Did you ever understand why they stopped doing that?
No.
Okay, so so people that don't know, and because it's like this kind of stopped around 2000. Well, it actually stopped during 9/11, so they stopped it completely, and then they kind of brought it back, but then they stopped it again. Was back in the
They
day,
did bring it back a little bit, right? It was like a few years ago, I think, didn't they?
just a few years ago, but they stopped immediately because again, there was no actual winners. But back in the day, around, obviously in 2000 and during 9/11, during that time, there was winners. Like people that don't know, the McDonald's Monopoly thing was it was basically you would peel off from sodas, French fries, and all that stuff, and then sometimes they have prizes. But the thing was, they had like Monopoly like places like Park Place and the Boardwalk, all those. So if you collect the Monopoly, you get like the actual prize that comes with it. So the biggest prize is obviously the $1 million from Park Place and Boardwalk. So back in the day, there was like maybe like 6-7 winners, but
Damn.
There's like 6-7 winners, but it was a little bit different because all those 6-7 winners all came from one town.
Oh shit.
So there was mob ties to it, to where the mob was giving them the extra pieces, but you have to pay the mob back, like a certain amount of money or whatever. So it got so crazy that after the 7th winner, the federal government's like, we need to look more into this. So they found out that what was really going on. The federal government was going to take the CEO of McDonald's and I think 2 witnesses from the from one of the branches from that town. I forgot where the town was. I think it was somewhere in Ohio. And sure enough, they were going to bring it was scheduled for New York on September the 12th. What happens the day before? 9/11. Case was swept under the rug, never happened.
That's wild.
So that's like my biggest conspiracy. I'm like, oh wow, 9/11 really covered up McDonald's biggest scandal. One of the biggest scandals of all time when it comes to like
that's just kind of so silly though. When you think about it, you're like, what the fuck?
Oh, I'm like, this is dumb, but I'll believe it. Like, I'll believe it. I like conspiracy theories. I like cartoons conspiracy theories though.
I do and I don't. I think a lot of them make sense, but at the end of the day, it's like, man, just leave these cartoons alone. Be ruining my childhood.
Yeah.
Like, damn. They are good though. I'll give them that. Even like all the like Disney and like Cartoon Network and things like that. Like there are some good ones.
What Disney ones? I never really heard of a Disney one.
So the Disney, I'm trying to remember. There's a few Disney ones. So I think one of the biggest theory. So there's one actually involving Walt Disney, where I'm pretty sure it's like one of the biggest ones that like a lot of people know is where like supposedly his body is frozen.
Oh, really?
Well, I think it is frozen actually, but I don't. My cousin was telling me about it because she's kind of big into conspiracy theories too, and I remember her telling me that I think they have his body frozen and they're trying to unfreeze it within the upcoming years and like bring him back or something like that. I think it sounds crazy, but I'm just like, what the fuck?
That does sound a little weird.
There's also what's the other one? There's the I think it's like back in the day. I think it's not Disneyland in LA, but like the Disney World. They're trying to say used to kidnap kids.
What the fuck? Really?
Like there used to be a lot of like they would kidnap kids, especially I think when it came to like It's a Small World type of, you know what I mean? Like it's like a bunch of weird stuff. I don't know if I believe those though. I've seen a lot more theories on like this like behind the stories of like Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Which
I
one's
think
that one?
Ed, Ed and Eddie.
I know the Ed, Ed and Eddie one. I know one of the theories is like they're all dead and they're in purgatory.
Yeah,
So that one I
I've
heard of that one. What was the Courage one?
I think the Courage one. I just read about it too. That's what's gonna make me mad is that I can't fucking remember. I think the Courage one was based off of there was a house. I don't remember where exactly. It was a house. It was a couple. The same thing like the show. It was a couple with the dog that would always they'd always basically like cry wolf. Like nobody ever believed them that they would see some crazy shit like where they lived out in the middle of like nowhere.
Yeah.
And I think one day they just disappeared and all they found was their dog.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. See, that's why I love conspiracy theories like all the way through because it's just fun. So they just
You never
it
know
makes
what you can believe in
think.
though. Because sometimes I do believe in them though, because at the end of the day, the word conspiracy theory was a made up word by the FBI anyways.
What? You're
Did
teaching
you know
me?
that?
No, you're teaching me some stuff right now. Continue.
No, yeah, it was a made up word. It was a made up word by the FBI to make people that were supposedly, this can also be a conspiracy theory in itself, but it's a made up, it is, okay, well, I think it is factual that it is a made up word, but it was supposedly made up to make the people that were getting too close to the truth look crazy. Which is why now you have all these things coming out. So everyone is quick to say that's a conspiracy theory. Why? Because you say that and now it's going to be like, oh, this guy is like, you're just going based off of like yada, yada, yada. And they're going to be like, oh, this guy's fucking crazy.
Yeah. There is another one that said, we have the proof that this is happening. There's the documents. And everyone was like, oh my God, we're finally going to get the government for this. Turns out he killed himself the next day before the documents. And the documents never found at his house.
Crazy how that happens, right? That's the first thing they do is he was murdered or they committed suicide.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, man.
Or they just straight up go missing.
Yeah, it always happens. And that's a good ass show. If people like really are like into that like conspiracy theory of that, definitely go check it out.
I think what was it called? I'm about to go watch it. I think I just like conspiracy theories in general. I was like really big on that.
I was super into conspiracy theories, but it's called Snowfall.
Snowfall. I'm gonna have to start watching that.
It's a good one. I really do like it. That's another one too. I just finished The Last of Us too. That was another good show. That was
I heard that was a good one. I want to start watching that one too.
It's so good. I just finished it. The last episode was it was on Sunday, and I cannot wait for season 2 whenever that one comes. But overall, I've been watching a bunch of TV and stuff. About to get back into like what we usually do, like Pokemon and all that stuff.
Bro, you're the one that put me on Pokemon. I'm kind of glad I got into it. I remember seeing you post about it and like nobody was budget. I remember asking you too, and you were like, "Oh, everybody has to go buy this. Is like this is gonna pop off soon." And I remember searching it up, and I think it was like $100. I don't remember exactly what it was.
It was Champion's Path, I believe.
Was it? I think it was.
Because
and I remember sitting there thinking like, bro, there's no way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, I was like, there's no way I'm gonna spend $100 on this. And I think at the time the price had gone up a little bit, and I think that's when we all just started doing it, like just going in.
Well, funny story about that. Like, pretty much, I got pretty much a lot of people that do it now into the game of Pokemon, where it's just like, because even shout out to Frankie Flogits, like he even asked me, he's like, hey man, do you mind if you like, I got a couple things here, I want to see if you get them graded or how can you price them. I was like, yeah, sure, like you FaceTime me, do whatever. And I had like a really great conversation with him, and sure enough, the dude had like, he had like a couple misprint like Ken Griffey Jr. cards, which were like super super dope. And then oh, it was super cool. And then next thing you know, he shows me his Pokemon stuff. Like Frankie had like first edition, like pretty good, like just good cards. He had 4 first edition Blastoise, like 2 first edition Venusaurs. He did have like a really bent up Charizard, but he asked me like the prices of them. I'm like, you can kind of do it yourself. It just depends on how you can like self-grade them yourself and then send them in. Obviously it's a risk if you want to do that. And he's like, oh, that's super cool. And he bought a couple. I don't know if he still does it. I haven't really talked to him in a long time, but I know like with Giovanni, like Giovanni was super scared to do it for like the longest time, because he kept asking me, he's like, what should I buy? Or, what can I do? And I'm like, Giovanni, you just gotta buy a box. That's it. Like,
gotta do it, huh?
I was like, you just gotta buy the box. And he was like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. And I was like, you know what? I'll tell you this. We'll go buy one of the less expensive boxes, which was the first live we ever did together, which was because he got Vivid Voltage by himself, and then we bought Darkness Ablaze, and that's what
I think I do remember tuning into that live,
and that's what's it called, and that's when everything kicked off for Giovanni, because we were selling the packs for like, well, Vivid Voltage was super expensive at the time, because Vivid Voltage was like $13 a pack, which is insane. All because of the stupid Chunky Chew.
Was it? I don't think it was that expensive at the time, though. I remember when we were only paying like...
No, dude, because Giovanni was paying like almost $250 for those, because those boxes were $350.
After the fact, though. Yeah. But I remember when you guys first started introducing Vivid, it was like...
It was like $180.
It was like $100.
No, that was Darkness Ablaze was $100, and then Darkness Ablaze caught fire because there was a misprint Charizard in there. I think you ended up pulling it on one of his other lives. It wasn't the champion.
Misprint Charizard?
Not you didn't get it, but you got a Charizard from Darkness Ablaze, but everyone was getting it because there was a misprint that was selling for like 8,000. Just raw 8,000, and then everyone was trying to go at it, so that $100 ended up turning into like 200. But and that's what like took off for Giovanni. Like Giovanni like went head first, and then just got everything else. And I was like, I'm like, oh dude, that's what's up. Like, and then convincing you to do it because you texted like, dude, I want to get into this. I'm like, dude, just buy packs. Like, it's fun. Like, it's just a super fun thing, whether you're in it to sell it or just to have fun with it. It was just a fun time.
And it paid off though.
Yeah. It was you.
I remember.
You might be the luckiest guy in the world.
You guys were on the video with me. Yeah, BB too. Me and BB got into it. Me and BB were well, not BB so much, but I know I was dropping hella bread.
No, I do remember you, because it was you, me, Giovanni, Serge, and BB, and we were all we literally witnessed you go buy EVTs. You're like, I don't know, man. I got like, and that's when like Champions Pad dropped a little bit. Well, no, you got them for retail. You got them for retail. You bought 2 of them.
Oh yeah.
At GameStop. You were at the
GameStop.
mall.
I bought 4 of them.
Yeah, and you're like, how much for all those? Like, they're retail, and you're like, oh, give me all 4 of them. And we're like, fuck. And then we just sat.
The last 4.
You just sat home, and you're like, yeah, that's cool. And then all of a sudden, you're just like, you just see like the shiny part. You're like, no fucking way. And sure enough, you pulled it. What was the grade that you got? Because I know you sent that to Giovanni.
A 10.
You got it on a 10?
The rainbow one, right? The rainbow Zard?
Yeah.
I actually have it right here. Watch. Let me
that's
pull
what's up.
It's a 10, bro. That was the one card me and Gio we were talking. So I also pulled this one, which is a 9.5. You know what's crazy to me, bro, is that let me see. Is there the other one that was really popping was what's the one from Evos? The Evos one.
The Evolutions?
Yeah, the Evolutions one. This one, bro. This one was so.
Oh,
fucked.
the Charizard one. Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Charizard, and I got a 9 on it, and I was like, bro, there's no way. But yeah, look.
Oh, dude, that's so beautiful.
Yeah, I got a 10, bro. I was like, I think that was the one card me and Gio wanted to get a 10 on the most.
Yeah, because I know that. I think was that his first submission to CGS at the time.
I think it was like his second load that he sent in.
Yeah, I sent. No, I didn't even send anything to him. I know he wants to send some with me.
I know it was in the second submission he sent.
Mhm.
But I think it was the first Rainbow Zard he had sent in.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong though.
I think so, but he'd be doing and sending a lot of stuff though. But before we get any further, guys, I want to shout out to our sponsors real quick. Shout out to Ginger Audio. If you guys don't know about Ginger Audio, it's what I'm using right now. If you guys are a content creator, streamer, or you guys are a musician, this is the place for you to use. It's a digital soundboard. I use Castro Live. This is one of their second programs. And if you guys are musicians, you guys can use, I believe it's Ginger Audio Ground Control. Helps you with your pitches and it helps your voice become more and more relevant into your music. So get those guys. It's on our affiliate links. Castro Live is $79 and Ground Control is $109 with our affiliate links. It helps you guys and it helps us pay the bills. Not only that, I am officially partnered with AGS. They are a robo grading company. They're changing the way how to grade. If you guys don't like how PSA or CGS or CGC, how they are not really transparent with it, these guys are very transparent about anything. If you guys don't know, I've been using them for about a couple weeks now to about 3 to 4 months. I've liked them. They're very transparent. They do a lot more. You don't have to pay for subgrades. You get them online. QR codes actually mean something. They show you pop control. And not only that, it's all through AI, so no human error. But if you guys want to, you guys can follow our link in our description and you guys get 35% off your entire order, as many cards as you want. They have a bunch of different sections for it. Their lowest tier being $18 for a 20-day turnaround, and I guarantee you it's going to be faster than that. So check out Ginger Audio and AGS, guys. Follow links in our descriptions. It helps build the podcast. Like that shit, huh?
You're too fresh with it, bro. You're too fresh.
I
actually wanted to start doing a podcast. I was talking to you about it, remember?
Yeah. I be doing it like this. It's super fun when you have when you do what you like, because I've been doing this for damn near almost 3 years now, and I just started seeing a little bit more of the how can I say, a little bit more of the turnaround this year than I had the last 2 years. And that's because I would say consistency is key.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Consistency is a major key.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good.
Do you post? How many times a week do you post?
I keep it like a regular like a television show. I do it once a week. Every Friday we drop. If you talk about like clips and stuff like that, I try to put out as much as I possibly can.
Nice.
But like episodes wise, it could be whatever. You can maybe have like a whole 2-hour session, cut it up into 2 episodes if you really wanted to. There you go. I always tell this to everybody because before, I want to say 2021. Yeah, was it 2021? I got offered from this brand Troll and Toad. They are like a card distributing company. And they told me, hey, if you shout us out, we'll give you like $25 per episode.
Well, that's sick.
So for like a whole month, I put maybe 30 episodes out.
Oh shit.
I felt really tired about it, and I didn't feel like the product I was putting out was like worth it. So I ended up deleting all those episodes, and I told them like I don't want to do this. Like it's a little stressful for me. Like I really have nothing else to say about it. And then so they ended up like dropping me and all that stuff, and I really didn't care. And then
it's just $25. It's not that.
It's $25, but to me, I'm like, oh, I can really make money off doing this. So let me just put out a bunch of fucking nonsense. But I just
but you also want to do quality over quantity too.
Exactly, and that's why, like, again, shout out to our sponsor, Ginger Audio. Like the audio here is gonna sound crisp. It makes your audio sound even more better than it already is, and it's a digital soundboard and all that. So it's like you invest very little. Like, say if you really wanted to. Like, say people that do want to get a podcast. I'm not just putting out Ginger Audio out there. I just say they're super convenient for the main fact that if you really wanted to start a podcast and don't have money to buy like a Shure SM7, which are like $200, $300 mics, or
Damn.
yeah, or like a soundboard that's like an extra 600, like this is like a really affordable and cheap way to go, and you can do so different methods. Like this is a $35 mic and it sounds just as good, if not better, than a Shure SM7B. So like it's that quality, and as a digital soundboard, like I can do so much shit with this. Like I can give it applause, I can do that, like I can do a bunch of stuff. I could do our intro again. No, they get so much out of it, and I really do like what they do. I'm not doing this because they're paying me, but I really do believe in the product that I'm promoting. So, you know, if you guys are always wanted to do a podcast, and this takes a bunch of inputs, so it's not like it's one input and it's done. I can record up to like 7 mics on here. So get you and your homeboys, all plug them into whatever device you're using, and it's good. Like it's a cheap and affordable way, and it just helps, and it sound better. You know, I always am that type of person where for the longest time I want everyone to win. So I always like I'm like everyone's number one fan / cheerleader sometimes. Where it's like if you it really is like you always see me be promoting like whenever Giovanni has like something going and he's like I'll repost it or whatever, or he wants me to comment on him. Like it's not gonna hurt you guys to comment on something when someone asks you. It helps them get into the algorithm. And if you don't, you're just either a hater or you just don't really believe in like what they're doing. That's what I believe. And,
Fair enough. I know. I kind of want to. I think I probably should invest in something like that because, like, me and my friend want to start. It's kind of similar to yours. Just kind of shoot the shit.
Yeah,
talk
it's
about
super
random
fun.
shit.
There's people that have like, dude. There's a podcast out right now. I forgot what their name was, and it's sad that I don't know their name. They legitimately do a podcast dedicated to just drafting. Like 7 rounds, just draft whatever. It's like, we're gonna do 7 rounds of drafting milk, as if there's 7 different types of milk that I don't know. Or it's like, drafting the best porn stars. I'm like, if Angela White isn't a first round fucking draft pick, this fucking shit is someone's losing. Shout out to Angela White. Come on the podcast.
I'm dead.
Oh my god, dude! The minute
I would
get
love
a fucking
to. No, not Angela White. Let me see. Let's go like old school. Be like not old school, but like
Sarah J.
Alexis Texas. Sarah J. Oh my god, that's a good one.
People that don't know. Sarah J. to me is like the Aaron Rodgers. Like they're all right, but in their time, they're fire.
Who was the other one? Lisa Ann.
Lisa Ann. Shout out to her.
Shout out Lisa Ann, bro. She was a good one.
She was
not
cool
even no
one.
cap.
Nah, bro. You're the goat of all goats. Yo, shout out to Pinky.
Oh no way! My boy said Pinky. I'm dead, bro. That's crazy because like
all old heads in 2006. Y'all know what you were doing with her.
Yeah, me and the homie would like talk about her like. Not like that, but like I don't want to make it sound all fucking weird. But like,
hey, we're a
it's
podcast,
just funny
bro.
how like she would come up sometimes in conversation, and we were like freshmen in high school, bro.
Yeah, dude, that's like every dude's conversation. Like, yo, dude, who was
and
the baddest?
That's like fucking for me. That was like 2014. So or no, not even 2014. That was like fucking like 2009.
Yeah, it's just
like 2010, bro. Holy fuck.
I'm like, y'all, if Miss B Nasty is not in your top 10, I'm sorry, guys. It's like, it's irrelevant to me.
She's like, Pinky has to be his like top 3 for sure, bro.
Dude, definitely. She made people's childhoods, y'all.
And she was like that one. She was just like that one, like that very first porn star that everyone, like one of the first that everyone just kind of got into.
It was like that, or like
I know,
Sasha
at least for
Grey.
me. I'm not even gonna cap, bro. Like when I would first just kind of like scroll through shit, bro.
Okay.
You're just like,
The bigger question.
What?
The bigger question. Do you remember your first video you ever watched on the Hub? And this is and a bigger question too. The first time, you gotta remember, everybody, on the Hub, if you guys don't know what that is, look it up. They had a restriction. You had a 5 video limit.
Low key, fuck, dude. I don't remember. That is a very good question, but I don't remember.
I remember mine.
What was it?
Hold on. Big booty Latinas take on the world. I have no idea. I have no idea what was going on. It was a a 3-hour movie, and I was like, yo, this is fire.
No shot.
3-hour movie. I was like, dude, how can you do this? You poor woman. I'm getting real.
That's a good question, bro. Now I really want to think about like probably one of the first.
Shout out to
few
HBO After
videos.
Dark.
Fuck, that's a good one, dude. What? Okay, so like out of everything you've ever seen, what's your favorite?
That's too crazy. Like now you're getting crazy. What's your favorite? You go first then.
My favorite?
Your favorite video?
I'd say like midget porn. I'm just kidding.
I'm like, yo, we need to open this can of worms now.
I got you with that one. You're probably like, what the? Hey, completely out in left field. I just threw you off guard.
I was like, dang, I thought this dude was gonna be like big booty, like Ebony or something like that. I'm like, I respect it. Shout out to black women.
I like that. My favorite video is that one that went viral. If you just put in nugget, what is it, like nugget porn? It's just like,
you're nasty.
Have you ever seen that?
No, I know what it is, but you are a nasty son of a bitch.
I'm just
no, I didn't.
Bro, I remember
that's
the first
cap,
time,
bro. You sound so convincing. Like, dude, it was amazing, bro.
No.
I busted my
I'm just
rocks
talking about, like,
off.
I remember the first time typing it in to watch it because someone was like, "Hey, you gotta peep it." Bro, instantly I was like, "There's no fucking way this is actually like viral." Like, what the fuck?
You remember Meat Spin back in the day?
Yeah. You remember? I remember when 2 Girls 1 Cup for some fucking weird reason was popular.
Yeah, that made boys into men real quick. I remember. Oh,
bro,
dude,
I don't know what was going on.
the internet was amazing back then.
It was a good time to be alive.
What a time to be
like
alive.
Nowadays, it's just like
it's everywhere.
Everything is
everything.
It's just like you get canceled now. Like everything is just like everything's so soft now.
Yeah, I don't know. I just like looking up like weird shit sometimes. Like it just be like, yo, like.
Me too, bro. I'll be up to like 2-3 in the morning on the weird side of the internet. Like,
yeah,
fucking like, aliens, fucking reptiles, and like fucking some bullshit.
I'd be like, oh, what is this hentai thing? I'm like, oh, y'all are weird. I'm gonna save that link for later. I was like, NTR, what does that mean? I'm like, oh, ooh, she's for the streets, buddy. God damn. It's a weird side of the internet. People are weird.
What you got to do is you got to go get the special treatment from that erotic massage.
I've seen a couple of those videos.
Yeah.
I've never gotten one.
Just go to Rub Maps.
Rub Maps? That's a real thing.
That's a real thing. I'm putting y'all on. For everyone that don't know, Rub Maps.
Telling your girl, bro.
It'll give you supposedly all the massage parlors in your area that do like fucking rub and tugs and fucking get your head, get some head on, like all that bullshit. I don't know. I've obviously like I've gone to it just to see it, but like I've never personally been like, oh, I'm gonna try this place out and fucking gone in there myself and see if it actually works. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean, but
it is a real website. There's people that actually, I think back then it was free. This was years ago. Like now it's funny how, because like, I don't know what the fuck I was doing that like I came across it on Google and I clicked on it and I was like, no way. I was like, this is still around, So I clicked on it and I'm like browsing through it. So now you have to like be a member of the site to like look at like the comment section and like the reviews. Cause like back then, people would leave reviews and be like, oh, this place is fake, or like, oh, this place is legit. Ask for fucking, I don't know, Susie Sue. She's fucking great. You know what I mean?
Susie Sue sucks at head. Wouldn't recommend.
Yeah, shit like that, bro. It was the funniest shit ever.
Oh my god,
and that was actually a real thing too.
Reminds me
now,
of
like
that reminds me of like in high school, bro. In my high school, there was a ranking and rating systems with chicks.
Oh my god.
I will not say I was a part of it, but I was a part of it. I'll be like, because there was like a legit thing. So you would have to go to some dude's locker room. Not locker room. You had to go to a locker. I think it was like, if I remember correctly, it was like locker 629C. Right? 629C. You had to pay a dude like $1 just to look at it, and it would just give you a list of like maybe like 20 chicks, right? And it'd be like Susan number 1, and then it would be like her best qualities.
What the fuck, bro? You guys are on another level.
Oh, dude, our fucking high school was a jungle. It's like fights every other day. People getting blown like right in front of like where the guys play handball.
Jesus Christ.
It was amazing. It was an amazing time. That was like, it really showed me who I really was. I was a little whore.
Oh, you said that was like so much. You said that low-key with a little bit of enthusiasm behind
Yeah.
it. I don't know if you're proud or just.
I was such a whore in high school.
Oh my god, it's crazy because like I think back to high school and like there was some wild shit that happened. I think let me see, there was like prom night, someone got caught having sex in the school garden.
You guys had a garden? That's fire.
Yeah.
Someone got caught getting blown in the snack shack while there was a game going.
Jesus fucking Christ. You know, it's crazy because like our school is in like it was in like the middle of a canyon. So like towards the back of the school, it was like nothing but woods and like canyon.
Mm-hmm.
So like it was very easy to like go do some fucking dirty, nasty shit and like not get caught.
Our teachers
because
had
it
no
was
shame.
like super like there was it was literally like the back. So like you enter the school and then towards the very, very back, there's literally like a lot. So like we had like where the football field was at.
Yeah.
And then there was like a ramp to go. We had like an upper field where the softball field was at and where the baseball field was at. If you kept going up that ramp, it eventually led to a trail that took you basically to a fucking like a neighborhood.
What the fuck? Okay.
Yeah, it was weird. It was weird. Like it took me like there was like a trail into the woods, and it eventually I don't know. I've never went back there, so there could have been a gate that blocked it off. You know, obviously because it's like from fucking the school to the neighborhood. But if you kept going, I think eventually it took you like into the woods and then into the neighborhood, like into like a residential area. So like it was very easy to fucking ditch school.
Oh yeah.
To fucking go back there and just do some nasty ass shit with your girl, you know. Yeah, bro, smoke weed. Fucking,
what's the freakiest shit you've ever done?
The craziest shit I've ever done?
No, what's like the freakiest shit you've ever done? You seem like you're a freak nasty.
In general?
Person. Like in general, like if you were with a chick, like what's the most freak? You look like you a freak, like me.
Low key, not anymore.
You're not anymore? You weren't into like handcuffs and shit? Blindfolds?
I've never done nothing too crazy. I want to say like maybe the craziest was like probably ate some ass.
That's it?
Probably ate some squirt.
What?
Which is like it wasn't really good. It's kind of weird.
I was so genuinely scared the first time I made a chick squirt.
Like, is that weird though? Like I'm just sitting there and like it's in my face. And like I don't think it's bad, but it's not good. Like I couldn't describe it.
Oh yeah, I thought she peed. I was like 15 the first time I
ever made
me
it. Too.
I was like, did you just fucking pee on me? She's like, no. I'm like, what was it then? It's my squirt. I'm like, that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. Hey, you start getting up on yourself. You're like, okay, maybe I'm better than I thought, bro. Like,
shit. Don't call it a comeback. Call them Oreos. I think that's what like there's two things I've learned in my life that like my mouth game is just absolutely insane. Which is one, I used to lick the shit out of Oreos. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. Like, my confidence in my tongue game is basically I can probably make, like, the Mona Lisa with my tongue on an Oreo.
Shout out Oreos.
Shout out to Oreos. Sign Oreos. Sign the check, please. And number two, the Gatorades with the little, little tip on the bottom, on the front.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That's where I learned to suck some titties.
Those are always good.
Yeah.
I like those. I enjoy those a lot.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my God, you're so good. I'm like, shout out to Gatorade.
Shout out to Gator. Dude, did they still have those?
Yeah, I think.
Do they really? Dude, I haven't had one of those in so long.
Dude, what was another one? They were like a little bottle. They're like probably like that big, but they were like a bunch of juices, and they had like the tip on the top too, where like you suck out of it. Fuck, what were those called?
Oh, it was like the Kool-Aid ones.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they were the
Kool-Aid. Little twist offs.
Yeah, you snap it off.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Those are fire, bro.
Those are so good.
They always came in like a six pack.
Yeah.
I think that's where I knew that I had an alcohol problem, like right off the rip.
Nah, sometimes I realize some shit like that. I'll be like, you know what? Maybe this is early alcoholism.
That's what
But
I'm saying, bro. I think that's like right there and then. That's where my problem started.
yeah,
Wasn't even 21 yet. I was like 8. I was like 8 years old. Still fucking those up, bro. I'd always come out with a 6-pack.
yeah, dude. You know what's crazy about that? Like my dad would have like a bunch of stuff on ice. Like he would just have like a bucket and you put a bunch of beers in there. And like whenever we watch like baseball or like we'll watch like something else, we'll put like he'll be like, "Oh, do you want a 6-pack of whatever?" I was like, "Yeah, give me the red flavor." He's like, "All right, cool." And then he would go and buy them and just like stick them right next to his beers and stuff. I was like, "This is life." And then I realized like I could have been a borderline alcoholic.
I could have been a borderline. You're over here like you think you're drinking them, and you're actually drinking your dad's beer, and he's just not saying nothing to you. You're just like,
He's like, "No, this is daddy." I remember got my dad in trouble once because they saw like I saw like apple juice. I was like, "Oh, that's my dad's juice." He's like, my teacher was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, that's my dad's juice. He drinks it like every other night." And his teacher was like, "Oh, we need to talk to your father." My dad sure wasn't happy about that.
It's funny because when I don't remember how old I was, but I remember taking my first shot of like vodka. I think it was like 4.
You're
You
4.
do you remember? Do you remember those cups? Like they just fucking disappeared off the face of the earth. Those fucking the like water cups that had like the green and the purple. It's kind of like a. You remember? You know what I'm talking about?
I think so. Are they the ones with like the silly straws or no? Like the silly straws
No, it
built
wasn't
into
the.
them?
It was okay. So the cup itself, it was like a white cup,
Uh-huh.
and on the cup, the design, bro. If you've seen it, you'll be like, that's what the fuck he's talking about. It was
Okay.
like it like went across the cup. It wasn't like super big, but it was like purplish, bluish, type of like a turquoise almost. It was a water cup, bro.
Was it like
You
something
have to like search it up.
you put like soda in it, right? You put like whatever you want in it?
Yeah, I think so. You know who used to have them? I think McDonald's used to have them.
Oh,
I could be
fuck.
wrong.
Where is it? Holy. I think I know what you're talking about now. It's like an old school.
But
Oh my god, I know what
it
you're
was
talking
like
about. Hold on. Let me see if I can share this to you real quick. Oh my god, I think I found it. Yeah. Oh, okay. I think I found it. Was like purple and like teal and white.
yes.
Okay, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
So those cups, my dad had that in his room. And me, like the kid I am, I'm like, oh, water, right?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't fucking water, bro. I took a fat ass chug and instantly was just like spit it out, bro. My bro. And I had swallowed a good chunk of it. So like, as a kid, you're like, bro, this shit tastes like straight rubbing fucking alcohol. Fucking that was the first time I've ever had like fucking vodka, bro.
The first
I think it was Bacardi to be exact, because my dad's favorite thing to drink was fucking Bacardi back in his prime.
yo,
It used to be,
Bacardi 151 is the drink of the gods.
bro. So like, that was my first time ever having Bacardi, and I was just like, yeah, never again. It's funny because to this day, I absolutely fucking hate Bacardi.
Oh my like that's like besides my mom is like a big Crown Royal fan. My dad also likes Crown Royal, but he also likes Don Julio. I don't like Crown Royal.
Don Julio, I can do.
My dad likes Don Julio. Me and my uncle's favorite drink is Bacardi 151 because it's 75% alcohol. Like me, I'm the type.
Damn.
Oh yeah. My biggest thing though is
I think my favorite thing to drink is the tequila, Coralejo. I think that's what it's called.
yeah, I know what you're talking
You
about.
ever had it?
I've had
It's
it
like
before.
that blue bottle or the purple bottle.
Yeah, it burns the shit out of my throat.
No, it's so smooth.
Oh no, I think we're talking about a completely different one then. But my buddy Alex, I still need to try the one he has. His homie back in Mexico owns like an agave farm. So he has like homemade tequila from the motherland. And I was like, yo, I really, really want to try that. He's like, yeah, what's it called? Whenever you come back over, we'll try a couple shots of that. He says it's really good. It's super smooth. But my favorite drink to have, like I'm the type I really like fruity drinks. I like drinks with flavor. So like
Those are so bad though, because those you can't really taste the alcohol. So like the more you drink it, you
that's
don't
the
know how
point.
fucked up you're getting.
That's the point. Dude, there's this one.
No, that's so bad.
I remember in this is like Thanksgiving a couple years ago, like 2-3 years ago. I think it was like still during the COVID. My uncle introduced me to Bacardi 151. Thought it was amazing. But he's like, hey, you ever tried it with Monster? I was like, no, I never tried it with Monster. And he's like, he gives me this Monster flavor that was like watermelon. And the drink's called Pilgrim's Blood. It turns, it's like red, and it looks like blood. It's like dark red, and you like drink it. It tastes amazing. I didn't know. I'm like, oh my God, you can't even taste like the actual alcohol, and this is fire. He's like, all right, cool. I'm like, I want another one. He's like, all right.
Is that a flavor or he mixed it?
He mixed it.
So he mixed Monster with, what was it, Bacardi 151?
Yeah, 151, and I think it was like Monster Watermelon. Yeah, Monster Watermelon.
What?
And it like turns
That actually
into,
goes, that probably goes crazy.
It's amazing. It turns dark red, like it looks like actual blood. And
isn't that fucking unhealthy though?
I don't care.
But no, because like isn't like Monster an upper, right? And isn't alcohol, I mean, technically a downer? So like,
I don't know. I don't know the science behind it. I just know it tasted really good.
I know that's pretty fucking bad for you.
And
I think the only reason is because I like doing Jaeger bombs, which is essentially the same shit.
Dude, my mom does the same shit, bro. My mom, like, what do you use?
You get the Jägermeister shot, and then you fill up the cup with
Red Bull.
To the Red Bull or fucking Monster or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You drop the shot and then you chug it.
Oh, my mom has those cups where it's like the shot and then you pour around it. Those are pretty cool.
Yeah. So basically, essentially, yeah, it's the same shit. And then so instead of dropping the shot, you probably just fill up the fucking cup. But it's so you drop the shot in the cup and then you just chug it. It's the same thing. You can't taste a shot. You just straight fucking like. But I mean, it's the same thing, right? They're like, you're still taking a shot, so you're mixing it. I mean, after a while, you can't taste the alcohol. You drink so much, you're gonna get fucked.
I had 6 shots, and I wound up on the side of the house.
That's your limit, huh? 6 shots?
Yeah. Oh, dude, I'm such a lightweight. Like.
Me too.
The most I ever drank, like in one sitting, it was my birthday. About a couple months ago, because my birthday's at the end of the year. My parents took me to a Niner and Washington game, and my mom was like, all right, cool, like whatever. Parents are drunk, and my dad's like, oh, I need you to like drink my beer or whatever. My dad had like a full thing of like beer, and my mom kept saying, oh my God, it's my son's birthday. It wasn't my birthday at that time, but it was like Christmas Eve. It's like, oh dude, happy birthday, you want a shot or you want some beer? I was like, I'll take a free beer, man, thank you. I went through maybe 17 beers.
Oh,
it was gone.
See, but beer is more doable.
I'm a lightweight, so like it was killing me. And my mom was like, "Are you like what's wrong? Like your head hurt?" I'm like, "Yeah." Can you give me some water? My mom looks at me dead in my eye. Okay. She goes over and gets she comes back with 2 more beers. She says, "Here you go."
Oh,
I'm like, "You didn't listen to me at all, didn't you?" She's like, "You said you wanted beer, right?" I was like,
"You're trying to make sure you had a fun time, bro."
I did have a fun time, and I ended up passing out when we got home. I ended up passing out like right in the fucking couch.
No, I feel you though, because my birthday last year, I got super fucked up.
I'm gonna do that this year. My birthday's on a Friday on the 25th.
It was bad, bro. Like before anyone even got there, I think I was already drunk and I didn't even know it, because one of my childhood friends that I grew up with, he had brought a bottle of Don Julio. And so me and my girl were there already. We were at the beach. It was going to be like a bonfire style type of little kickback. And he was the first one there. Bro, it wasn't even dark yet. The sun was just barely setting. And I think it's probably going on like, it's crazy to think about. I think it's going on almost 3 years now.
Mm-hmm.
That one of our other close friends passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
So yeah, bro, it's really sad story. I'm down to open up about it right now, but
yeah, for sure.
So he comes and he goes, "Hey, bro," he's like, "Take a shot, man, for your birthday." And I was like, "Yeah, cool." So I'm taking a shot. He's like, "Take another one." I took another one. By this point, I'm already 2 shots in, and prior to that, I had already drank. I think I was on like 3 beers. So like 3 beers and 2 shots in. So now he goes. Now he starts saying, "For Johan, bro, like imagine if he was here, da da da." And I'm like, "Yeah." And every time he could give me a shot, he was like, "For Johan, for Johan." And he's laughing. He's looking at my girl, she's sitting on the bed, by the way. She's looking at him like, "Please stop." And he's just laughing, bro. And like by this point, bro, I'm like 3 beers in, probably 4 now. And I'm like 7 shots deep.
Yeah, I can't do that anymore.
So by the time everyone gets there, like
You're
The
just
sun goes
gone.
down already. Like an hour later, I'm fucked, bro. And I'm still, and I'm at this point, I'm still drinking.
Yeah,
Bro, the next day, I don't remember shit. I wake up, my ass is sore because my girl was like, bro, you kept falling on your ass. Like, I don't know what you were doing. Like, you were fucking acting a fool. And I go on my Instagram, story, and it's like, you know, those annoying Snapchats from when Snapchat first came out where it was like 300 seconds and like it would tell you.
yeah.
That was like my Instagram story, bro.
God damn.
I had so many videos and pictures that I don't remember posting that I had to delete like every single one of them because I was like, this is embarrassing. What the fuck was I doing here? This is even more embarrassing. Like, bro, it was so bad.
Oh, I feel you, dude. My thing is this cool. Like with me, like I have like my limit. I'm just like, like I'll drink to have a good time, but like I kind of know my limit. I haven't had a hangover just yet, even though I've drinking a lot. And I was like, you know what?
I used to not get hangovers. Now I do.
I still don't because I kind of know like my limit and all that stuff. But I remember I've only blacked out twice.
Same.
I only blacked out twice.
Once was at an old school concert. Never again.
No. I was at a where I live. There's like a lake, like maybe like a 20-minute drive from here. I remember going out there. I was like, I snuck out because I was like 15. I remember I snuck out because my parents were like, "Oh, you're not gonna go out or whatever." I'm like, "All right, cool, whatever." I was like, "I don't do anything, man. I'm gonna have a fun day today." So I go out there. No one came home or whatever. And sure enough, you know, I was having like a really, really like fun time or whatever. And then I get a text from my parents because they were supposed to be gone for a few hours, like till like tomorrow, like the next day. I remember getting that text like, "Hey, change of plans. We're gonna be home in like 30 minutes." I was like, I'm dead. And then I told my buddy, I'm like, Jason. And he's like, what? And he tells me this story. He's like, I'm like, Jay, you gotta take me home. Like, mom and dad are coming. He's like, I can't drive. He's like, I'm fucked up. And I was like, can anyone here sober enough to drive? This chick's like, oh, you know, I'm like a sober driver. Like, I could take you home. I'm like, please, can we go as fast as possible? And so Jay is like, oh, I'll just go. Like, you know, make sure you're at the right place because you're not whatever. So she drives me home, dude. I left my keys at the lake.
Bro.
And this is before my mom got cameras in the front of the house. So I'm like trying to like pry the door open with like my fingers for some reason. I'm like, oh, the back window, it doesn't open. Like it doesn't lock. I can go in the back window. Dude, took me like 30 minutes to try to hop over the fence. And then I finally get to there and I'm like this. I'm hanging out the window into my house to the living room. I hear the door unlock. I was like, I'm fucking done. And then next thing you know, I plop over and open the door and I'm like that, just like tweaked out. My uncle comes in, my uncle Anthony, and he was just like, and he's drunk too. He was just like, what's up? I was like, what's up? And he's just like, what you doing? I was like, I locked myself out. He's like, all right, that's cool. Whatever. Go. And he goes, parents came like 2 hours later. I was knocked out. But my dad never figured it out. But my uncle was just like, hey, man. And then everyone left because they went to like breakfast or whatnot. They couldn't find, I didn't know where I was. And I woke up. I was like, oh, man, like I would have had a headache or anything. But my uncle Anthony was like, hey, man, you know, you had a good time last night. I know you were pretty drunk. I was like, oh, dude, mom and dad. And I was like, dude, they left like hours ago. Like, they don't know. I was like, all right, cool. It's like, yeah, but can you get off the shelf? That'd be nice. Cause in our garage, I was in the middle of our shelves and I was just like that, just snugged into it. He's like, yeah, that'd be nice though. If you would, I'll send you a picture. I got to ask him for the picture again. There's a picture of me like where there's like luggage, boxes, luggage on the bottom, a bunch of shit on the floor, and then I'm in the middle of both of them, just like that, snugged in the fetal position.
And they just couldn't find you?
No, my dad just didn't know. He thought I was in my room sleeping. And he never went in the garage. And my uncle Anthony, he woke up like at 10. He found me. He's like, hey, man, I know you were drunk last night. I ain't gonna tell anybody, but you had fun? I'm like, yeah, man, that was really cool. That'd be cool, though, but can you get out of the shelf before you fall? That'd be nice. And he like took a picture with me in it. So that's to me, my second blackout story was I got super high and drunk at my aunt's wedding, and I fell asleep in the house. I fell asleep in the car, and I don't know how I got in the car.
That's what I think I blacked out. Okay, so I take it back. So I guess it's been 3 times because I think I blacked out similar to that too. Fucking getting high and being drunk.
It's a bad combo.
That shit was terrible. I didn't wake up with a hangover or anything, but I don't remember getting home.
I don't remember getting home either. I just remember I woke up on the floor of my living room, and I was like, oh, dude, I feel amazing. Like my back felt cool because I had like a lot of back pain back in the day. And my mom's like, she just did like, she had like the look of death on me. She's like, car
Yeah.
now. I was like, oh fuck. It's like, I'm just like, you know, but my mom was cool. My mom was pretty cool with it because she was just like, you know, he's like, you know, it was a little weird, you know, because she saw me high. Like she saw me just like, I don't know what it is about being high. Like I feel like with being high, like time just doesn't have a concept. So like time slows and speeds up, then slows and speeds up again. I don't know if you've ever had that experience. So, and my whole experience,
Bro,
like,
I feel like I kind of just space out when I'm like high. Just like,
me too, but my whole experience, I remember it. I remember being high. I don't remember the blackout part, but I just remember I was like, I gotta be normal. I just gotta be normal. No one will suspect a thing. Maybe I'll sober up. I gotta sober up. So my aunt's wedding, there's a taquero. Dude, my dad said I was just looking at the taquero. No one was in line for like 3 minutes, just staring. And my dad's like, what the fuck? And then he finds like, what do you want? I was like, tacos, please. And then he gives me 3 of them. And then I sit right back down right in front of my dad. I'm like, I gotta act normal. But sure enough, like my dad wasn't paying attention. So this is like basically me eating tacos high. Same experience, I guess.
making it so obvious that something's completely just fucking wrong.
Oh, dude, my dad didn't even fucking notice. My mom pointed it out. My mom has a picture of me. He's like, come on, let's take a picture.
No fucking shot. Your dad did not notice.
No, my dad's dumb. Like my dad with me, he just thinks I don't do shit. Because when my mom's like, get over here. He's like, are you high? I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Feels great. She's like, who gave you? I'm like, I snitched on my cousin. Like, George gave me these sugar cubes. They're fire.
Sugar cubes, no.
Because they came in like a little canister. There's like 6 of them.
Yeah.
I thought they were candy, so I just popped all of them.
No.
And then
those are the worst too, bro. Edibles hit you a lot harder. Well, depending, but for the most part,
I was like, dude, these candies are fire. These taste like strawberry, bro. They're nice. They're super dope. And then next thing you know, like I'm just like that across like the table. I'm just like. Just spinning. My mom's the only one that figured it out. And mom was like, get over here. Are you high? I was like, yeah. It's like, yeah. Who gave you those? I'm like, George. My cousin was like, fucking snitch. And then my mom's like, whatever. Just stay calm. And my dad's like, look at him. And my dad's like, what's wrong with him? He's high. And his dad's like, are you? I was like, yeah. My dad's like, oh my God. And then mom was like, just go somewhere. And then sure enough, I had like a couple beer. I had like 2 or 3 beers. I never saw the dance floor once, and then I ended up in the car from what my parents said. I was in the trunk, and then I ended up home. I don't remember the rest.
That's funny shit.
Yeah, I was like already 21, so they're just like, it was just weird. Just, at least you didn't act like a fool. I was like, thank you. It's like,
it's funny because my first blackout story, I wasn't 21.
How old are you?
I think I was like 19, 20.
Nice.
So what happened was we went to an old school concert, and it was me, my dad, my uncle, my sister, and I think my mom was there too. Yeah, my mom was there too. We had all went, and like I don't know what it was, if like maybe because I was with my dad, but they were just selling me the alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
Like they didn't even ID me, nothing.
That's the part about like having a mustache and looking older. Like by the time I was 18, they never ID'd me. They're like, oh, okay, cool. Go.
Yeah, because I think by the time I was like hitting 19, 20, I started growing out a beard. So it was just like,
I can't do that. That's why I get jealous of like you guys. I'm like, I can't grow it completely. That's why I have to grow like this out and like this out.
No, I mean I still have like missing pieces, but yeah. I mean it's like nothing major, but
you still look hot though.
I think what helped I think what helped was I'd go with my dad. So like my dad would be like, oh, what do you want? And I'm like, oh, just give me a Pacifico or a tall can, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, no hesitation. You know, like you play it off cool, and they're like, oh, okay, you know, like this guy's not sus.
Yeah, you gotta act the part.
Yeah, you got to act the part.
You can't be like, oh,
Because if
can
you
I,
one
can I
one
get
little
a,
thing, one little thing that get one little tell. Yeah, if you start stuttering,
can I get
or
a
you
dollar?
or you take
Damn
too
it.
long, you're big. Let me see that ID.
Nigga, give me that. I'm like, all right, whatever. But no,
But
I'll be like, yo, give me like two Modelo's.
so before we had gone in, we like I said, bro, my dad's favorite thing was like Bacardi.
Mm-hmm.
So I think before we got in, on the way there, we had these fat ass cups. Not even a regular size cup. It was like probably like a double cup.
Okay.
But I think what they had, they mixed it was I think they had done like pineapple juice. Maybe it was like pineapple juice with Bacardi, or it was probably the Malibu with something else. And I had 2 cups of those. So by then, like, and this at the time, this is right beforehand. I was on like my weight loss journey, bro. So I had lost like 40 pounds, bro.
Yeah,
I was like eating healthy as fuck. Like no fast food, no alcohol either. I was like a year sober off alcohol. Not that I was like an alcoholic or anything, but like,
Nah, I get you.
you
I
know
felt
what I
like that
mean?
was
I was
2021
like a
for me.
year.
No, 2020
Yeah,
for
I was
me.
like year. Yeah, and I was like a year no alcohol. So we get there, and the first thing my dad says is like, "Don't go so hard on drinking." He's like, "You haven't drank in a year. It's gonna fuck you up." And
It's
I'm
gonna
like,
hit
"Nah,
you
nah, I'll
hard.
be fine." Yeah, it's gonna be hard as shit, especially because I wasn't eating like greasy stuff. My
Mm-hmm.
stomach from not eating so much and like just being on a diet was like small, like kind of shrunk. And so there I am trying to play with the big boys. We get inside. By this, I'm already 2 cups in of like a mixed drink. Now I'm drinking beer.
Yeah.
Now I go from that, and I think inside I have like 8 tall cans of just random fucking beer.
Okay. Well, did you know the name?
Boy, I tell you, I was fucked.
It's like a 10%.
I was fucked, bro. Yeah, dude, I was so far gone.
I feel
The
it.
last thing I remember was going to the bathroom, and I'm sitting on the stall, and I'm sitting there with my pants down, like I have to take a shit, but I'm not even using the bathroom, bro. I don't know for what fucking reason. I just decided to sit there, bro. I'm just sitting there, bro, and I'm
Just
in there
with
for
your
like
pants
30
down?
minutes, 40 minutes, until finally, the last thing I remember is my sister. She was like, Mikey, Mikey, and I'm there just like this. I'm like, what? Like what? Like all fucked, bro. This straight
Oh,
fucked.
shit.
But last thing I remember is her crawling under the stall, and I'm getting and I'm getting carried out, and that's it, bro. And then next thing you know, I wake up the next morning, and I'm like, fucking, I have like a little bit of throw up on my shirt.
Ugh. See, I've
I'm
never
like
thrown
on
up
the
drinking.
couch, just fucking sweating, and I'm like, my sister. Then I got my sister laying next to me like this, with a fat smile,
So how was
and
it?
she's like, yeah. She was like, so how do you feel? And I'm like, luckily I didn't wake up with a hangover, which is kind of fucking surprising to me, but I didn't wake up with a hangover, and I think it's like 12 o'clock, and I'm like, damn, what the fuck happened, bro? I'm like, where's everybody at? And she's like, they all went to breakfast. She's like, but I'm just babysitting you. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck? And I just like, bro, that was the first time I ever blacked out. And like, I just remember my parents and like my uncle and everyone telling me the story. Like even then, bro, I think like the next day after, or even that same day, I had gone over to my cousin's house and my
Uh-huh.
uncle was there. And then the moment he sees me, he's dying, bro. He's like, so how'd you wake up? And I'm like, bro.
Don't even talk to me, bro.
Yeah, I was like, damn, bro. Like, it was bad, bro. It was bad.
It's
It was fun
fun
up
times.
until
See,
yeah.
I've
You
never thrown.
remember, and you
I've never thrown up.
you can't help but take the heat and laugh.
Yeah. Sometimes embarrassing could be funny.
Oh, for sure. They always turn into the best stories,
Oh, they are, dude.
and it's crazy because like I was about to say, like especially from like the younger days, because like I'm not even fucking old yet.
Yeah.
Don't even say that I am, motherfucker.
I mean,
Because you're only a year younger than me.
hey, why you gotta bring that up?
Yeah, we're getting there.
We
But
get in
yeah,
there.
so just like, but it's crazy, like the difference of time from like 19 to 20, from like 4 or 5 years ago to now is just like, just so many fun, stupid memories.
Oh,
You're just
yeah.
like, holy fuck.
Oh my god, the amount of dumb thing. Cause like me and my friend group before we kind of like disband, like for we just don't hang out together. We did a lot of dumb crap. Like I remember in elementary school, these are people that are kind of like in our age range. Do you remember Silent Library?
Yeah,
Dude, okay, so let me tell
that
you
show was
this.
hilarious. I
Shit was
love that
great.
show.
Dude,
Bro, it's so funny because I'd be sitting there watching it and I'm like, bro, I would fucking kill this show.
No, I wouldn't. So you know what we did in elementary school? Made a
What do
silent
you guys did your own little.
silent library. Okay, but this was like
Oh my god.
so this is what I think. So like we did the royals. So only was it ace, king, queen, jack. That's it, right? 4. Yeah, there's 4. So there's
Yeah.
only 4 players. So there's only 4 players, and when you shuffle the 4 royals and the ace. No, the 3 royals and the ace, and only 4 people go. And we do 1, 2, 3, go. Ace being the highest, jack being the lowest. Whoever got the jack had to do the punishment. And so, say, fucking Randy gets the jack, we'd all be laughing like, "Oh yeah," like whatever. And we wouldn't be quiet or anything. We just like did that for our punishment, and we would just shuffle the deck, and you would draw a card. So from ace being the worst punishment to up to 10, like the royals and all that, they were all like the bigger punishments. 1 through 10 were like minor. Like I remember specifically 1 was you gotta do 10 push-ups.
Oh yeah.
It got progressively worse though.
But you know what's so funny though is like you think about it and like as a kid, especially when you're playing a stupid game like that and you know you guys are just all fucking stupid.
Yeah.
When you put even that, bro, if I seen the homie and was like, "Oh, do 10 push-ups," I'd probably start dying just because it's
Oh,
just
dude,
like, bro,
you
like
know-
this is
you
the
know-
stupidest shit ever. Like this
You know what
was
the
doing
dumb- you
10
know-
push-ups right now.
So at one point, like I believe the number 10 was a wedgie. Number 10 was a wedgie. The jack was wedgie from everyone that played. So everyone takes turns being like giving this dude a wedgie. Dude, this dude had like bought brand new boxers. He got a jack, ripped them completely. Like you should lift him up. So like I felt bad. I'm like, oh dude, this guy. I'm like, I just like, oh, I got you a wedgie. Oh, this fucking dude, George, bro, he just like grips it and just dude had a thong. Like it looked like a thong. That ass.
No
the
way,
shit out
that's
of it.
fucked.
And then ace was 2-minute nipple twisters.
Oh, you guys
Bro.
are terrible.
Oh my god, dude. So come to find out, the kid's mom like was like, "Hey honey, you gotta go take a shower or whatever." The kid tried to like went like this, like hide his nip. Bro, dude, they were fucking purple, bro. Cause he got ace 2 times that day. Bro, dude.
Hey, he took it like a champ.
Dude, I was like,
Respect.
dude. I'm like, respect. He's like trying not to cry. He's like, okay.
Respect on little Johnny.
His actual name was not Jonathan. His name was Tommy.
That was close.
Yeah. So
Shout out Tommy.
So shout out to Tommy. Tommy's mom went to the school, and this is why Johnny was a real one, right? So she's yelling at the school like, "My son is getting bullied." Da 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 da. He's like, "I want to find out who did it." So calls out. She wants to know who did it. I didn't do it. My boy Anthony, he's the one that did it because he did him twice. And they just like, "Who are you playing with?" Da, 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 da. And so obviously he had to say like all these like 7 dudes, 7 guys were there. I was like, fuck, dude. I'm like, I am in so much trouble. And then they're like, who invented this game? Whatever. Me and my buddy Anthony were like, "We did, sir." He's like, that's a da da da. And then next thing you know, she's like, "So who did it?" Yo, dude, Johnny just went like this. Cause like he's like, "It was Enrique." And like, Enrique who? We're like, Enrique Vasquez. Never played with us. It was like a little like out of the. He was like hung up by himself type of kid. Never played the game.
Bro,
once.
you just threw some random kid under the bus.
Not only did we do that, the kid switched schools. His last day was the day before. No one, he did. So Johnny was like, because Anthony did it. He was gonna call. Anthony was sweating, bro. He was like about to cry and stuff. Like, mom's gonna whoop my ass and all that stuff. And next thing you know, he was just like, Enrique Vasquez did it. Enrique Vasquez. And then they look up his name and he's like, his last day was yesterday. They don't know what school he went to. They didn't have any information. Like, they had the information about his parents, but his parents spoke Spanish. None of them were Spanish speakers. Got away scot-free. I was like,
bro, how clutch is that? Can you fuck?
Dude, we all owed him lunch money. I'm like, dude, here's $2, bro. But
$2. that was a lot of money back then
Oh
for
hell
us in
yeah, it was,
elementary
bro.
school.
And then we all ended up getting like suspended anyway. My dad
Nah,
was
that's
like,
why.
dude, my dad was the one that delivered punishment. He's like, really? Silent library, really? I was like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My dad's like, and what happened? He's like, and I like just told him everything. My dad was like, dude, that's fucking hilarious. Don't ever do that though. I was like, I'm sorry. And so we did that, and then there's just so much dumb stuff we did in elementary school and like middle school. Middle school was a heathen, bro. What was one of your funniest stories you have, like being dumb with your buddies,
In elementary school,
or just like whatever time period you want to say, like just us being younger, I would say, like one of your younger stories.
I wouldn't say in school, bro, but I think when I was younger, so we had just moved to this block, and I befriended a lot of older heads.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I
yeah.
was probably the youngest. I was probably the youngest of the group, bro. I think at the time, like, I wouldn't say exactly, but I'll just say it as like a reference, so like people know like the age difference.
Mm-hmm.
So like when we first moved on the block, let's just say I was like 8.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was probably in like fourth grade, bro. Fourth,
Okay.
fifth grade, and all these kids are already like seventh, eighth grade.
Oh,
I
okay.
think the
Okay.
oldest of the group was like, so it was like
13
the
years
homie
old.
Matt. Yeah, the homie Matt was probably the homie Matt and Nate were probably like the second, like together, because they were like the same age group, so they're probably like the second oldest in the group.
Yeah.
And then they each had brothers who were like a year apart. So I think at the time it was like I was like fourth grade, and then they were like seventh grade, and then their brothers or whatever at the time were probably already like freshmen and sophomores and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So like being me, I was like little, bro. And so I think, bro, we used to do a lot of dumb shit.
Dude, all the time, bro.
And I think about it now, and I just like I feel so bad, bro, because like now I'm against it, but like there used to be this kid we used to just bully the fuck out of, and like his name was Raymond, and he was like the goofiest looking kid ever, bro. This fool had like a fucking porn stash, fucking glasses, super scrawny, kind of ran almost like he just kind of ran like a tool, bro. And like obviously, like I don't feel that way now, but like like that's
Back
just
then.
young me, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I feel
describing
you. I
how he
feel you.
was, like younger self. Like shout out Raymond, bro. Like I genuinely I feel like if I ever seen him, like I
You'd
straight up like
apologize.
I would love to apologize for being such a fucking dickhead, bro. I swear to God, we were just like the meanest fucking kids, bro. And it's just even funnier because I think about it and I'm like, bro, I was just like this fucking fourth, fifth grader picking on like a sixth, seventh grader.
You were,
Like, how are you letting little old me
how
just
did
fucking
you
bully
not
the
beat me up?
yeah, like how you not just sock me, bro? Like I would have
Yeah.
respected you if you would have just fucking straight gave me chin check, bro. Like, but anyways, bro, we used to do the dumbest shit. Like, for no fucking apparent reason, bro, we used to just throw like random shit at cars passing by late at
Oh, you
night,
guys are dicks, bro.
bro. We would throw like a football, like the little mini footballs. Like we
Mhm.
would try to like make it through the window.
Okay.
Like if
Well,
the
hey,
windows were down, we'd be like hiding behind the
what if you
cars
hit
and we
him?
just try to throw it
Just
through.
you
Yeah, bro. And
guys are
I
devious
think the
little bastards.
dumbest shit we ever did, bro, was like I mean for us, because like it was outside of school, it was like, bro, we were playing tackle football in the middle of the street on fucking concrete,
Yeah.
which is fucking
I've done
getting
that.
bruised up and fucking bang your head.
Scrape.
You just get up like, oh yeah, I'm good, bro.
I remember I had like a whole. I remember I had like a whole like purple thing right here. Like my buddy hit me and I hit my neck hit the curb.
Ah,
Dude,
that just
so
sounds bad. I've
all
never
this,
had that, but that
I
just
never
sounds
broke anything.
terrible.
Like I never broke anything, but like it was like super purple or like right
Bro, I
here on my
think
neck. Dude, my dad was like, "Yo, dude, who gave you
you
a
got a
hickey?"
hickey.
I'm like, "What's that?"
I think
My mom's like, "Stop it! He doesn't know what that is." It's like, you do
yeah,
know what that
no,
is, right?
yeah,
I'm
no.
like,
I remember getting
no.
my
It's like,
first
okay,
hickey. That
cool.
shit was terrible. I got yelled at so
I've
bad.
never gotten one, nor will I ever do. I will never get one. I don't care. If a
I
girl
used
starts
to
sucking
I
on my
used to
neck, I'm
like
gonna
them
push
back
her
in the
off. I'm like,
day.
what are you doing?
It wasn't. Yeah, I don't know. I was crazy. I remember I used to get them so much that I would go to school and like my teacher would be like, "You're fucking gross." Like that's how bad it was.
You're a
Like
freak,
she
bro.
didn't obviously they didn't say it like that, but they'd be like, "That's nasty."
Dude, that's fire.
And I would just sit there like shrug my shoulders and I'm like, eh.
Okay.
But
Just
I look back at it now and it's just like,
as
yeah, it kind of
nasty.
looks ugly as shit.
Yeah, dude, there's this one chick, dude. She had like it looked like she just got beat up. It was like all across her neck right here. It looked like a bad tattoo. It was just disgusting.
I know I had a girl like that too. No, but oh, what was I saying right now? Oh yeah, but I think the dumbest shit we ever did, bro, was we fucking so one of my friends had a fucking like the automatic the airsoft guns, but it was like so what we did one day was like we thought we were fucking sick, bro. We just walked like we all met up, and at the time it was like the homie's house, and then it was an empty 2-story house with a garage, and then the other homie's house, well, his grandma's house, and we all meet up one day, and he has his gun. He's showing us. He's like, "Yeah, I just bought it." Like, da, da, da. We're like, "Oh yeah, bro! Like, fucking let's go like let's just all take turns. We'll stand in front of the garage and just fucking shoot this shit on automatic. And first one to get hit, fucking lose it, bro. We're so stupid, bro. Like." Shit's on automatic, bro. So we're just trying to dodge the little bullets, bro. Like, obviously, we're not gonna dodge them. Like, what the fuck? So we're just getting hit like left and right. That shit was like, shit was stupid, bro.
I remember my cousin used to have like a bunch of airsoft guns.
I don't know. I don't want to say we pioneered it or like invented it because at the end of the day, like, I mean, at the time, I didn't know any other kid that was playing this, but I think they had supposedly invented this little game, and at the time, it seems like it was so far apart because we were so little. But like now, when I like every time, like I haven't recently, but when I would pass by and I would look at the corner spot that we'd play this game at, I'm like, God damn, bro! Like I could run that shit in less than like 10 seconds. Like, so what we did was like it was my friend's house on one side of the street, and on the other side it was kind of like the corner, and it was a light pole. Not a light pole, but the electricity pole, the brown ones.
Yeah. The
and
yeah. I know
so what they would do is we would get a handball or a tennis ball, whatever we had. Mainly it was a handball. And so what we did was we dug a hole for all of us that were playing. And normally it'd be like 5 of us, 6 of us.
Yeah.
And so what she would do is the one we'd all take turns rolling it into a hole, and what every other player would have to do was like you would barricade the back of the holes with your foot. So we all kind of made a barrier with 1 foot.
Yeah.
And so the person rolling the ball, you would roll it, and whatever hole it landed in, whoever that hole was whoever it was assigned to, you would have to you'd get the ball, and everybody else would have to run to try to make it to the other side of the pole. And if you made it, you were safe. Now, if you got hit with the ball and you're fucking like any part of your body, now would be your turn to try to pick up the ball, and you would have to try to hit whoever was still running, or the person that was it. Like if you like, let's say like it was me, it landed in my hole, and I hit you. Now, wherever the fuck I'm at, which I'm going to be on the other side of the street. And like, so it's even harder for me to make it because you're already there. So like, all you got to do is pick up the ball and try to fucking hit me again. But the goal was to make it to the pole and then make it back.
Yeah. Oh, I get what you mean.
And then
I think I've seen a game like that before.
So, and if you were it and you didn't hit anybody, no matter where the fuck the ball went, if that shit went like a block away, you would have to go pick up the ball and still try to fucking hit somebody.
Okay. I get what
and
you
then
mean.
like if you kept missing, like you were still like you were still the guy that was kind of it.
Yeah.
And you would just keep going, but like I don't know, it was just kind of like it was a fun, stupid way of just like getting together and playing. But it was just funny because like, and then if everyone happened to make it to the side of the street where you were like safe, quote unquote, you would have to. Now this is where it got harder because if you didn't make it to the other side in time, now you're stuck there, right? Yeah. So now the person that has the ball stands in the middle between the safe spot and the holes, which is kind of like home base where you have to make it back to.
Yeah.
And you basically kind of had to throw the ball as high as you wanted, bro. You can literally just fucking like this.
Yeah.
But everybody on the other side would have to make it. And so like your only shot of making it is like you'd get lucky enough that you just have to, whoever was it, just threw it high enough and you just fucking dip. Now you're just gone, bro. But it was just like, I don't know, bro. Like I miss playing. I miss playing that shit.
You know what we got to do one day? Maybe it's summertime. You, me, couple of the vintage homies go down to like LA Dago. We'll play that game.
Bro, I'd be down, dude.
I'm so down to do that.
But definitely,
Anybody that
definitely,
anybody,
definitely the distance would have to be longer because, like, I
I'm a
think about
big
it
boy.
now, and it's like
I'm a
we
big
were
boy.
we were so little. That's what I'm saying. We were so little that it felt far. But
Yeah.
like, you go if we were to go right now, you'd be like, bro, this is gonna be super easy.
Yeah. we
You know what I mean? So you'd
only
for sure have to make it
we're
like.
gonna need a couple of the big boy. We need some of the big hitters. Serge, Frankie, Slick, Giovanni, of course. We see how good those 30-year-old
Bro,
knees are.
and it's
Darian.
yeah, it's such an easy game to learn, bro. Like
yeah,
literally,
it looks
it's
like a
like
fun
not
game.
hard at all. It's just literally just like you roll it into the hole. If it lands in your hole, you better pick that shit up and just fucking. You better hope you hit somebody, and then if you do hit somebody, you better dip, bro, because now you got to be the one to make it and then
Yeah.
go back to the holes, bro.
We gotta
You know what I
make it
mean?
pretty
And it
lengthy.
just keeps going back and forth, back and forth.
We gotta see who runs out of breath first.
It'll be
Most likely
fun,
me.
bro. Honestly,
I'm so
it's
down.
like one of those games that it's one of those games where you're thinking about it and you're just like, bro, what? Like that shit sounds lame. But until you start playing and you
It
start
sounds
catching
hella good.
on, and then you just start laughing at the people that are just getting pegged straight in the
Bing,
back,
just
and
get
you're
him
just
in the
like,
head.
holy fuck.
But,
Yeah, bro, because you can literally
hit him
it's
anywhere.
literally like you can hit anyone anywhere, bro. Like if someone wanted to aim for your head, bro, like it's allowed type
Oh
shit.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
got
if
a
you get
baseball.
pegged in the
I got
head,
a
like you don't
baseball
sit there and
background.
like,
I'm pretty
oh,
accurate.
what the fuck? Like, nah, bro, it's definitely allowed, bro. Like you don't give a fuck.
I'm gonna be sharp shooting people like Steph Curry because I got a baseball background.
That's what I'm saying. So do I, bro. I was pitching all through Little League.
I only
Freshman
pitched like
year?
2 seasons. I did it for freshman and sophomore year. It was until I snapped my. Oh, that's gone. 1 second. My battery just shut off.
Wow, dude, get it together.
Dude, don't tell me what to do, bro. But it wasn't until my sophomore year I like tore my rotator cuff, and the rest was history. I was like, dang, bro, it was really how I'm about to go out. But other than that sounds like a super fun game, though. I'm down to go out there and just play it.
No, it's fun, bro. I definitely be down to link up with a bunch of people and play it.
Heck yeah. What's up, Uncle Chris? I know I'm about to end it right now.
I fucking my baseball career, I kind of stopped playing because like I just got tired of it, which I kind of regret. I still play on Sundays though.
I haven't played in a very long time. That's why like I'm kind of scared.
I don't pitch no more, but I just like I started getting back into it and like it just brought back a lot of memories that I'm just so fond of. And
yeah, for sure.
I enjoy it now. I really do. I think in Little League what happened I was really close to throwing my arm out because I used to pitch so much. And I just remember to this day I still suffer from tendonitis.
Oh.
Like even now when I play on Sundays, like I have to ice my arm every fucking Sunday. And it's not even for the simple fact that I haven't played in like 6 years now, but it's just like I've always had tendonitis in my right arm from pitching so much. And I remember in Little League, it got so bad to the point I remember going to the doctor and they did x-rays on my arm. And I don't, obviously, like, I'm not a doctor, so I don't really know how it works. But I just remember the doctor telling me and my mom, like, you got really fucking lucky. And my mom was like, well, what do you mean? And the doctor was like, yeah, like, by the results of his x-rays, you know, he was very, very close to needing surgery on his arm. Like, if you guys would have not brought him and kind of ignored the pain and just kept like icing it or doing whatever it was, he would have threw his arm out and then I would have needed surgery on like I think it was, I don't remember exactly if it was going to be my shoulder or my elbow, but yeah. And I was like, so the doctor was like, this guy has to not be pitching for like
ever
at least, yeah, like the rest of the season, bro. And we were only like barely like reaching the halfway point.
Oh man, it's been such a great time having you. I gotta cut it short. It's getting pretty late out here, but before we leave, you gotta give me your top 5 porn stars real quick.
Top 5? I don't even know that many.
Calm down, bro. I've seen your history.
My girl's gonna get mad if I name all of them.
It's okay. This is why I like to do it. I need to start some stuff. Break up with her so I can be the rebound.
Top 5. Maybe she can help me. She's right here laying down on the bed.
Ask her.
Babe, what do you think the top 5 porn stars are? Babe.
Oh my God.
I don't. Okay, no order. Let's see. Let's see if I can remember. For sure, bro. You got to go with like Pinky.
Pinky, bro. Go.
Pinky is a goat. Sarah J. Nah, bro, that's already off the rip. We already talked about it. Pinky, Sarah J, Lisa Ann. Let me see. Lana Rhodes was cool, I guess.
Lana Rhodes.
Now my girl's turning around. Now she's invested. She's like, what is this guy talking about? I don't know, bro. Like, I don't want to say a filler because like everyone knows who she was, but like when you think about it, it's like the show's kind of fucking whack.
Who?
I'm gonna say Maya Khalifa, but like
Mia Khalifa was pretty whack.
or Mia Khalifa, yeah, like that's why I don't want to say it because that's just like one of those that you just like say as a fill-in.
Yeah, but you know what, bro? We'll think about it the next time we have you on, bro. It's been an amazing, fun time.
Yeah, this was fun. We gotta do it again, bro.
You gotta definitely do it again. But tell everybody where they can find you.
Find me on Instagram at Retro Dummy if you're into vintage. If not, you can follow me on the personal retro.rgz.
All right, everybody, you can find this podcast everywhere you like. Apple Podcasts, make sure to give us a 5-star review. Gets us in the algorithm. Comedy people. You guys can follow us on videos, are going to be on YouTube and Spotify. So if you guys want to watch that, it's going to be a fun time. So if you guys want to see our sexy voices or see our sexy selves, well then, you just might be in luck. You might get to flick your bean a little bit too, because just look at this man right here. But not only that, it is time for me to go to his place and cuddle butt naked while watching Smack DVDs and going through the good times of Pinky. Shout out to the GOAT. We'll see you guys next time. And I will see you guys every Friday. Peace.